Well, now it's just shining on me. You need it.
That's foul. That's foul. Don't worry.
Do you want the light on or not?
We'll just vibe.
Welcome to the vid.
I'm Jake. Friends with Leash for like over a year now.
Yep.
We've met doing the church thing, doing a creative thing.
Yeah. Sugar-free Red Bull. Not sponsored.
Sponsor us, Red Bull, please.
Please.
Red Bull's like a late night, like I just need energy for like an hour.
These don't like affect me. Red Bull just doesn't do anything for me.
It'll give me like a little bit, like just like enough to where like I can get through the day.
It's the ADHD. It does the opposite. Any caffeine, just I crash. I'm gonna ask you some questions about like ministry-wise and like your like faith and testimony and stuff. So first question is, did you grow up in a Christian household? And if not, how did that affect your lifestyle growing up?
Yes and no. So like my family, when I was like really little, until about like 3 or 4, would take me to church. I'd do like Veggie Tales, and my mom would like read me like stories from the Bible,
right?
Like the kids version.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. By the time I was like 5 or 6, like didn't go to church anymore. I never like was really like brought up in faith. It was just something that I like was kind of introduced to as a little kid.
Yeah.
And so that was like, I guess like hard in a way, just because I didn't really have like a basis of like what's real, what's like morally correct, and all of that.
Are your parents like, were they brought up in a Christian household? Are they like Christians now, or what was that like?
My mom grew up in the church and like in her faith. My dad didn't like find it until he was like in high school. He started to go to church by himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my parents basically told me like, hey, we're not gonna push anything on you. You gotta find out like your own truth.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like what our pastor says, like Pastor B, like your parents can only do so much, but then it's like up to like the kids, like us, to like decide if we want a relationship with like God. So I always like go back on that, because I like grew up in a Christian household, and my parents grew up Christian, and then like when I moved out here, like this is like coming to like Hope Church, that's when like I really like found my faith, and like having like this community has been so cool. So what is like your testimony, and like just like a quick
minute,
minute testimony?
Yeah, grew up no real like foundation of like a faith background. Honestly, you really didn't even know like how the Bible went, or like what was like really in the Bible. Heard about Jesus, didn't really just know that he died for our sins, didn't really know anything beyond that. Parents tell me, we're not gonna push anything on you, figure it out on your own. Disregarded like religion just in general, and was like, this is stupid, like there's nothing after this, I'm just gonna like live the way I want to. And I like had that mentality like all throughout high school, started to like drink, party. Going into college, freshman year was really depressing. I'd come home and drink with my roommates. Doing that, playing soccer, starting every game. That was like the best I ever played. School was going like good, so I thought I was on top of the world, and then got met by a campus minister at Hope Church. Invited me to service, and was very standoffish at first. I was like, maybe I'll come to one service, and then it kind of like was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like people my age actually like worshiping God. And Pastor B at the time was talking about how science and faith are like compatible, and
I love that sermon series. That was so good. Yeah,
I like got to a point where like showed me the gospel in a way that like a lot of people don't, and like made it really like intentional and really personal to me. 4 months of like pushback and being like, I don't want to like commit to this yet. It was like a day after service, like I was like, God, if you're real, like have Justin, Trevor, and John come up to me after service, and I'll like give my life to you. And sure as not, John and Trevor come up to me, started talking to me, and then Justin was like, yo, what are we talking about? And I was like, oh. Yeah, he literally was like, yeah, I just like felt like I was supposed to come over here and like talk with you guys. And I was like,
that's great. Like you can't like step away from that. You're like, I literally asked God, and he like put it right in front of me. I feel like we were like kind of in and out of church at the same time. I wasn't like fully in church until like last year. Specifically remember at team night, and I think it was like Frank your age. You're like, yeah, we have like a new member, like, or a new teammate that like wants to like check out social. I was like, oh, dope. Nobody ever wants to join social. I was like, cool. It's like a social media, like, that's what he does in school. I was like, dope. Like, we need like more men on the team, so this is cool. But yeah, I like remember that. I was like, it feels so long ago, but it like will come up on 2 years, I think, right?
Yeah, actually.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
like it's almost been 2 years. I think it was like 2 years in like the fall or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So like at our church we have like different teams like you can choose to serve on, and we were both serving on like the creative team and stuff. And do you want to like talk about like what your like position is and like why like God has like called you to that?
Yeah, I joined the creative team kind of around the same time Alicia did. Started off on social.
Respect.
Ended up not liking it because all
that's okay. Okay, you have to admit like it has like grown. Like they do so much more now, which is really cool. So.
The social team's grown a lot. I joined video, and for the first like couple of months, like Noah was like doing Vision Sunday stuff. So he would just like invite me to the hub to like hang out, and then be like, all right, like work on this, and he'd just give me like some project that didn't mean anything, but just wanted me to like.
Was he asking you to film or like edit?
Edit.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just wanted me to like understand like editing and like.
Yeah. I'll
critique you after. Yeah, he started teaching me on the FX6. I got to do like part of the Vision Sunday shoot last year, and he was like, here, like just go for it, shoot whatever. He was like, yo, why don't you join video and like I'll like teach you. And I was like, seems pretty sick. That's like kind of where like the video started, and I just absolutely fell in love with it because I saw like the beginning of the project like to the end, and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like I want to like be able to do that like one day.
Did you ever like film like stuff before like you hopped on the creative team, or
ever like touched a camera? But when I was like really little, to this day I absolutely love movies, and I think it's like the coolest thing ever to make a movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So like when I was a little kid, I wanted to like make movies.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of crazy full circle. After everything through life, I was like brought me back to like filmmaking again.
Yeah. Growing up, I was always like, always had a camera. I was always making YouTube videos, like Musically, when it was Musically, Vine stuff. Oh yeah, the that account is private. But that account was like almost 30K. I swear. Like, I'm like, but that's not all I did. Like that wasn't like, I was known for acting, which is like, I love acting. I was like in the acting industry. Like I was signed with an agency up in Seattle.
Oh really?
Like doing like casting calls, auditions. Like I had an agent and everything. But then like I just like knew like God was like calling me out of it at that time. I'm like, I was little. I was like 16 maybe. I don't know. Okay guys, thanks for joining. If you guys want to follow Jake, I'll have his social media down below. Stay tuned for next video. We're gonna be having some more guests on the channel. It'll be cool to see and hear other people's testimonies and what God's showing them in their life. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.